today. Oh, yep, there we go. Why do my channels keep moving around? I'm getting so confused by OBS as of late, but hi. It's one of the few times I'll be caught with camera on this thing. But it is me. I have returned quite a few months later. Oh, like quite a few days later. Months is a bit of an exaggeration, isn't it? We're just currently waiting on a lobby. But I thought I'd come on, introduce me, introduce us, chat what this is about today. Just because we do have charity tournament here. We do have the GGS and Plasticine. I should have probably written it down on my overlay. But yes, Plasticine is the one really driving my force behind this for Games for Love. Which isn't actually a... what's what I'm looking for? Charity I heard of before this event, really. I'm just going to turn it this way so I'm actually close to my mic. Even you can now see the bright red thing that is next to my face. Yes. It's not really a charity I'd heard of before, really, today. Not today, this last few weeks. Okay, I'll read about it, and I have like a little thing to say. Something is yelling at me on my screen. What? Oh, cool. No, that can go in the bin. No one can spam. No thanks. Anyway, about Game to Love. Just because we should really discuss it before we get into things, and it is. I've got a kind of script thing here, so bear with me as I kind of get through that. Sorry, I'm just reading if there's things yet. Nope, there's no lobby for us yet. They're still working on it. So, Games for Love. Games for Love wants hospitalized children to have more to look forward to than just treatments and routines they have to face every single day. They do that by providing these children with computer games and consoles to distract them from suffering they have to endure to break up their daily routines. And if Games for Love's mission for these hospital children isn't enough, they're extending the efforts to delivering gifts to patients, honouring the hospital staff who work tirelessly around the clock, all in all, doing everything they can to bring joy to these children through the power of gaming. Games for Love is continuing to make an impact on more than 200 hospitals around the world and helping kids heal, survive, and even thrive by providing them with distraction therapy through consoles and computer games to spark their joy in their lives. With COVID-19 coming into the picture, it's even more important for these kids to receive games to distract them, and these Games for Love team can't visit them in person at hospitals, and visitors are limited in general. They're relying on your donations to bring these kids, the children, games to the children. My gosh, I can't even read a script right. But yes, we're relying on these donations for children to be bought these gifts because, well, it's difficult currently. But let's help make Games for Love's vision to reach 10 million children in 5 years a reality. But right, I think we have a lobby. And we have Infernal Shrines to start. My love-hate relationship with Infernal Shrines has died down a little. It definitely was up there for a bit, just because like everyone's played Infernal Shrines. It's nothing but Infernal Shrines. Because, yeah, a lot of people play Infernal Shrines, but I have gotten used to casting it. And with the break between NGS seasons, I'm not quite as overwhelmed by it anymore. Also, thank you, C2T2, for donating. Greatly appreciated. Right, let me just fix up my setup now that I've read that out. Yep, there we go. Big cherry drive, exactly, Luminaire, thank you for dropping on by. But yep, we will have a match up soon. And I realized my camera's actually a bit laggy. Do I need a new camera? Oh god, I hope not. Anyway, I'm just going to briefly throw on over to the map view screen for people, because I'm definitely more comfortable with things not on my face. And they've realized now I was hiding in a team. They realized, like, wait a minute. This line person is hiding in between the Street Fighter side, which, whoops. Oh, things love breaking today for me, don't they? But we do have some milestones that are going to be try to be reached just in terms of what Plasti will do. These are for Plasticine, not for myself. I am not Plasticine. But we will see the first goal is chat right sweet $250. I think we can get there relatively soon, hopefully. And then we do have a few other goals along the way. It'd be very nice to see them hit. Right, they are messaging me. Right, yep, got it. Alright, so the teams are just getting themselves sorted now. I've just said that I'm ready for them. And we are going to Furnace Shrines first. And as this is a kind of tournament setting, what's happening is Asteroids have map picked as they were top of the bracket. Also, thank you, Ronan, for dropping in. And I see it is indeed a bust. I am on a little bit of a delay. I don't know if we were meant to be, but here I am, delayed like I am. That spinning ball to you is relatively cute. I think we're just waiting on one more team before we get into things. Hello, Ty. Welcome to the stream for the first time. So we will be getting into this hopefully relatively soon because I am an awkward person in general. Thank you, Annalise, for donating that as well. Raising money for that once again. Right, it looks like... Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. That's a chunk of money. Oh, charity's important, guys. But no, I think we're just waiting on Asteroids to be ready. So I'm going to briefly throw it on over... Oh, I see going, so let me get that ready. Hopefully I have fixed all the screens that I need to. Nope, I haven't, but we're going to deal with it anyway on the fly, because apparently that's what I do nowadays, is I don't plan, I just do. Which, not always the best plan, I'm aware. But I try anyway. But no, we are getting into it. And no, Jock, I do not trust you with a knife. So let me swap it on over. You could barely see chat there because I think I've been listed as something else and not just observer, which that's fine. But we do see that as wait, actually, did I mess this up? No, first pick is over to the side of Asteroids, and they first ban Alarak, which entirely reasonable. One of the players is literally named Alpharak, and he is one of the predominant Alarak players. He plays a lot of Alarak. I've seen him play in past. I've seen him in-house as played as well. And man, yeah, ban that Alarak because it is terrifying. But yes, as a reminder, I am on a little bit of a delay. And Alpharak, I can see, is not happy with Alarak being banned. Thank you guys for clicking that. We see Junkrat ban. We're seeing a lot of... Okay, outside of the Alarak, we are seeing some very standard bans. We do see the Junkrat, we do see the Brightwing, we do see the Vala. These are all strong, can fit into almost any comp heroes, really. Junkrat with being just such a nuisance, especially on shrines, and actually has very good shrine clear itself. And we see, however, Joanna made it through the actual draft, and that's going to be a first pick Joanna. Joanna being considered one of the stronger tanks as of late. I am going to hear that sound a lot, aren't I? I should resize that now. I should resize that because that is middle and in the middle of the screen. Well, I'll have to do that later. I need to change this more, but we see Stukov and Chromie picked up. Chromie is an interesting one, to say the least. It's not something you see very often. Not anymore, at least. And on Shrines, her Qs aren't quite as effective. Her general sand throwing is not quite as good, because you do have those little minions around, but the W can get a lot of value. Right, it looks like I put it in a good place for once. I've changed scene. But I don't want to have to like edit scene, throw on, go off, pop on, pop off. You know the deal. But we do see Hogger now banned. Also, Sylvanas Rhaegar picked up. I know Psycho is actually really good at Rhaegar. It's something I'll explain in more detail. Psychopants is on my NGS team this season. Well, I guess I'm more on her team because I'm the sub. But they've been playing Rhaegar very well. And I've just noticed all my audio has decided to double. That's fun. Is that gonna work? There we go. That is true. Sorry, just seeing messages. Alpharak does also play Tiger, so Alpharak may be feeling a little bit targeted, but I believe they are the Grandmasters player for the side of Street Fighter, while Asteroids has Snarfungus on theirs, which picked up one of their mains of Sylvanas, which, yeah, they're very good at it. And if you hear me drinking, I'm sorry. I just have to do a lot of talking today, and I don't necessarily want to ruin my voice before I have to go to work tomorrow, because it is already a Sunday here where I am in New Zealand. I do know that a lot of people are currently in America. It is the middle of the afternoon, but I'm sitting here in the morning with like a cup of tea and a water bottle. And I really need to resize those, but thank you both those people for donating as well. Right, that is the draft. We're not going to see any major swaps. You see Sonya and Jaina rounding out the comp for... Actually, no, it's not yet, because I've got one more. Sonya and Jaina rounded out for Asteroids. We did see Ragnaros and Diablo picked up. Ragnaros probably being picked mainly for that trait value it can give on buildings, as you can turn into the Molten Core known from World of Warcraft itself. Exactly, Ty. Got to keep yourself hydrated. I like having a voice. Last time I did one of these, I ruined my voice because I was like in a delirious tired state by the end of it. I'm like, oh my god. But right, we're just going to throw it back to me for a little bit as well. We're getting into the game. There is a little bit of a load time. I really should increase the interval of that fade. That's a quick fade. Very quick fade. But doesn't matter, as I also forgot to fix the donations on this one. Actually, you know what? They're fine where they are on this one. They just may need to be a little bit smaller. So let's do that later. Because I'm already like going, yay, I've slowly messed this up. But looks like the teams are about to load in because the loading time isn't that long anymore. So let me change it on over and let's get actually into the cars, shall we? Right, so we can see I've disabled team chat. Wow. On the left side, we do have Snarfungus on the Sylvanas. Ronan is on that. Joanna Psychopants on the Rhaegar. Spooky is on the... Oh gosh, can't remember their name. Sonya and Autumn is on the Jaina. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, we do have Alpharak on the Mephisto. Nebula Boss on the Diablo. Secret Swift on that. Stukov, Demon Grand, Ragnaros, and Lady Ronan rounds it out on the Chromie, which we're going to see a little dance before the fight mid, which is a little bit of tradition in the GGS thing, where you dance before you fight, you get some little party off. Lady Ronan doesn't know how to dance, I think, so we're just spinning in circles. Sorry. Alright, and we see Spooky also opting not to dance, but now we're getting into it. Spear coming out, Secret Swift taking a decent amount of damage. Nebula Boss actually getting relatively low really early on. Keep in mind that the side of... I've zoomed in accidentally. That Street Fighter will be missing that consistent auto damage. Chromie can make up for it in terms of her own damage, but anything such as Spell Armor, which not many people can pick up in this team, I think... Actually, no, none of them can. But yeah, there's a lot of spell damage coming in. The question is, when we get to objectives, how consistent will that be? It depends on A, how often Alpharak is hitting their lightning rings that Mephisto does, and I will try take time to explain things a little bit more, because I do know someone in here may not be as comfortable with the whole HOTS formula, which I don't think Ty's ever played it, so I'll at least try to explain things as we go along. But we do see an invade, as Asteroids are going to take that camp take that camp from Street Fighter. Nebula Boss goes in, seeing if they can stop things, but no, that's a little bit too much damage. Instead of finishing the camp, they go for kill and take out Chromie. And that is a quick 2 kills from side of Street Fighter. And ooh, that's not what you want to see early on. Right. And now they're taking the neutral bottom camp. While you have a pressure, may as well go. Psycho probably could help the camp there. Gives a little heal, but had already cleared that way for the team. And we can see now that early on, Street Fighter may have a lot to deal with, and I, again, don't know how it feels with the lack of auto damage, but I do know Alpharak has a more limited hero pool, but the Mephisto is good. And when we come to the objectives, I'll be very interested to see how that goes, because Mephisto very good in the objective phase of this map specifically, because each team will be kind of surrounding these shrines, and you will need to step onto it eventually to try kill the minions. But once again, we see the invade coming out. Ronin taking decent amount of damage early on, same as Snarfungus. We see the nice stun by that Joanna. Good slow as well. Secret Swift getting relatively low, having to back out, getting relatively low. Spooky trying to stay off him, but no, Secret Swift has now headed up, but they overextended. Spooky is going to die because of their positioning. And we see now Ronin also out of position, seeing if they can get the camp, but no, the camp was not finished. Just one Impaler left, and that will be an invade now from Street Fighter. And just like that, things are evened up. If not, there's a slight lead, positional lead in terms of those things for for Street Fighter, because they're in position to already start the objective. Asteroids are respawning. Their tank is still coming back. They can't step up yet. And we can see now Sylvana Snarfungus is in trouble. They're going to do their best to run out. Does get flipped back in. We do see the Haunting Wave just a little bit too late. And that is now the team invading, well, actually doing structural damage. But now we do see on the other side, Ragnaros is the one in trouble. A lot of damage coming out. Nice stun. We do see the slam. And that is the Ragnaros taken out. This is already quite a high kill game. It is not something you see very often that all these kills do happen. Nebula doing damage onto Ronin. Ronin going down to half. And we do see Spooky is just spinning in the middle of the team. And now we do see that Asteroids are ahead on the objective. Spooky stops spinning for a brief moment, trying to get what healing they can. Snarf is back. Alpharak doesn't quite have the damage from them, but that is where Lady Ronin steps in to do the damage. And now we can see another charge. Actually, Jaina is out of mana. Autumn having to back out pretty slowly, but Nebula Boss quickly being burnt down. Ragnaros burns actually Molten Core already. We can see his building is a light down here, so let's go back to the action as we are very even on these minions. And a Frozen Punisher is taken by the side of Street Fighter. Frozen Punisher is not what you want to see early on if you're the side of Asteroids, as this Punisher can turn off structures with their Frozen Novas. And that's what you're finding to fight over, really. Oh, nice teleport by Snarf. That Haunting Wave at exactly the right moment, meaning it jumps without them getting stunned and taking a bucket load of damage. However, this is not getting burnt down very quickly. And even Red Team does... Oh, Snarf. Don't die to the Punisher. Do not die to the John Cena. But nope, Snarfungus is fine at the end and will live. They may just need to have a quick reset as they're... Oh, no, never mind, they do have tap up. Meanwhile, bottom, we do see that Street Fighter is picking up that bottom camp now. Again, not greatest camp clear, they're not greatest PvE. But man, in PvP, that's where their comp shined, and we're just going to have to see that continue. Well, we do see these top camps being picked up. I would have liked to see them picked up before the objective phase, just because that extra Shaman camp pushing mid is a lot of value in all. We can see now Snarfungus using traits to just stop that camp from moving anywhere, and Ronin is going to be clearing for wave as well. We see Spooky in a little bit of danger, spooks a little bit, but we'll be fine. But let's have a look at talents while we are here. We do see Jaina is stacking that Globes for Fingers of Frost, so once she completes that, the extra mana and Ice Block, as well as the 10% extra damage on her Frostbite trait, which just any ability she deals gives a stack of Frostbite, which is just a 20% slow, and any extra damage on that is increased by a certain amount that I can't remember, because I don't really play Jaina. I am not a good Jaina. I will die playing that hero before I get good at them. But we do see now Diablo stepping in. Ronin is going to get flipped. Does avoid for slowing stance by Chromie. Chromie does give you a heroic early, but we kind of have to skip over that as Tens are already around the corner. So we do see Diablo is going that Firestomp Lightning Breath build, so we'll be able to deal a lot of damage for a tank. You can actually see some tanks get top damage of this, but we now see Spooky is in danger spinning of a team. See Lightning Breath and Spooky slowly melting under that silence, and the Lightning Breath just a little bit too much damage to be healed through by Psychopaths. They only just picked up Ancestral now. If they may have snap picked it, there may have been a Living Sonya, but it was just a little bit too late, I believe. We also see Ragnaros Lava Wave, which... Whoa. I want to see Sulfuras smash I love Sulfurous Smash so much, and why are people messaging me? Okay, nope, never mind. But yes, Sulfurous Smash is such a fun one just to use, as you drop this just massive hammer down from the sky and just hit someone with it, which, fun. We do see Nebula Boss getting very aggressive. They're wanting to see if they can get a fight here, but no, Ronan is going to back up out of the way. Now push out of position, Iron Skin pop. We do see the Wailing Arrow come out, Leap coming out. I didn't even realize it's on your hairs, neither did anyone else's. We do see the healer going down first. Alfrak swaps by himself a little bit of time, does a little bit of damage, and will go down the end of his shield. Not quite big enough to keep him alive. Chromie may have just accidentally killed their Diablo. Oh, Diablo is fine with Sonic Sand's help. Lady Ronan unfortunately did not kill the Diablo, but now we see a traited Sylvanas turning off the building, but backing up as they do know there's a little bit of damage around. And Shrine is activating top. You can get value up there. That Punisher does get a lot done. And even if you do lose a fight, if you are the side of Asteroids, you do have Sylvanas trait value already ready to go down that bottom. Objective being cleared, we do see it is a Mortar Punisher. I believe orange is Mortar. Yeah, Mortar Punisher, so Mortar Try. So once that comes out, we will see that Mortar Punisher appear. There's the Love Wave coming straight down mid, which woo. Also to mention, we have Consume Souls Mephisto and the Flaming Swipe Stukov. On the other side, we have Wailing Arrow. Ancestral Healing, so big single target here, which may be about to be used on Autumn, but no, Autumn's just slightly too far from Rhaegar. No, actually, Ancestral wasn't on cooldown. That's on me. I didn't even realize that. But it looks like one damage is going to go down. But the Secret Swift barely holds on their own. It's good to see the healing here. Also, we do see... Yeah, no heroics are up. Ooh, there's charge from Nebula Boss. I'm going to need zoom out just because I'll split things out. There is the way... Oh, Mephisto heroic didn't quite take down Sylvanas. But we do see that it is taken by the side of Asteroids, because I'm getting back here into use of saying team names and not just blue and red, even after I just complained about saying blue and red instead of the team names last stream. I am not going to be consistent, and I will not go into it further. But actually, Punisher didn't jump. This is going to get a decent amount of value just because it's not getting hit by that keep. Nice jump hits both Secret Swift and Nebula Boss, but doesn't actually take down even both towers of the gate. It took out everything else, but not that second tower. Nice, good steal. While the team was defending up top, you can just quickly take camps down bottom. Joanna going to see if they can... Nope, I was like saying maybe Joanna blinds to see if they can slow them down. But no, will not, as we do see the side of Street Fighter just clearing the mid camp, as bottom camp is taken, and Sylvanas may want to see what value they can get with trait. But Joanna is in a position where they can't really help. Now they can. We'll see there may be a fight breaking out here. Nebula Boss in that backline. Ronan going to get a nice stun on him. And now going to be flipped to an orc position. Will they have trade up? Yep, Vera's the Iron Skin. Vera's the Lightning Breath. And Diablo's Lightning Stop. Fire Stomp build. So they will have a decent amount of damage as well. Ragnaros is here. Sylvanas is hanging just above. But it looks like we have a disengage now from Asteroids. Psychopaths doing their best to hold on. Ronan and Starfungus low. But the kills won't be quite coming in as they do back up to their fort. But do they have taps up? Will they be able to defend their own structure? It looks like yes, as the team rotates up for Sonya and possibly the camp. I'm not used to talking this much in the morning, man. I'm going to have like throat lozenges in between the sets that I'm doing. Right, we do see that middle wave is destroyed. And just, Lava Wave also took out the very, not quite timed right. We can see that minion wave still went out. So Sonya doesn't quite have too much to deal with. Realistically, you'd need, if you have it timed at like the 27 and 47 second mark for Lava Wave, you also catch that next minion wave. So you can one-shot that minion wave with it as well. And that's just a little knowledge to know. Not necessarily everyone knows, but we do see now things being taken. They're considering stealing this building away, but nope. And Psychopaths now is in danger. Nebula Boss tricks on top of him. Lady Ronan a little bit too defensive with those stands there. If she had it up more by where Psychopaths was standing, maybe that's a dead Rhaegar. But instead, we do see a leap onto the Stukov, and Secret Swift does go down as well. There's not much you can do when Spooky leaps on you as Sonya, big muscly woman. And then you can't really go anywhere because you also have a Joanna bringing you in, stunning you as well. And we do see Blessed Shield was also used for that fight. Those are unfortunately on the shorter side of cooldown for the heroic ability, so they will be back soon enough. Meanwhile, we can see a little bit of overextension maybe by Snarf Fungus and Spooky, as we do see Nebula also wants them. And nice Will of Forsaken. That 40% move speed and unstoppable on that button push. Just stopping Nebula Boss in the tracks, meaning that they can't get the wall stun of them, and they won't be able to get any damage to follow up. Meanwhile, objective has now started for bottom lane, and it is an Arcane Punisher this time. Often considered one of the weaker of the Punishers, but can still do a decent amount. Keep in mind, Sylvanas is still coming back, same as Stukov. Both going to be very roughly the same time. Ronan dropped directly into the Slowing Sands, but will ultimately be fine. But they are going to have to find an alternative path in, as you can't quite head through that without having your own Death Wish, so to speak. Nice leap, triple stun on the back line, but there's not really the follow-up there. Swipes comes in, Secret, Swift in danger, but Ronan, Autumn also in trouble. Autumn doesn't quite have Ice Block, will go down. That's the first casualty of this fight. However, Demogran Nebula really low of this. Demogran, we do see the Ancestral coming out onto Snarf Fungus. Meanwhile, Spooky very much in the backline did want that. And we see a nice double silence by the Sylvanas. Alpharak low, Secret Swift also Alpharak teleported out. Wasn't quite the play there as will go down. Now we do see Nebula Boss relatively low, fighting Ronan and Psycho, but that will be them going down as well, as that is a 4-for-1 trade. Just your Jaina for everyone bar... I mean, I guess you got Diablo Souls there as well. Was that Soulstone used? Diablo back after that 5 seconds, but will need to rebuild as they are now very squishy. Diablo does the mechanic when he dies. He has a Soulstone that gives him more health and some general bonuses if things go well for him and he doesn't die. But if he dies at 100 souls, it is reset after level 10 back to 25, where he needs to rebuild with souls, and he has lost a sizable portion of health. Now we can see an Arcane Punisher is coming bottom. The defense will come out by the side of Street Fighter. Yeah, Street Fighter, who sends a Lava Wave mid to deal with the pressure that is from a 4-man there. However, that does mean there's a little bit less dealing with the Punisher, which... Okay, it's only an Arcane Punisher. But we can now see that there is a push coming here. Lady Ronan does use... Oh, as we say, does have to use her time out, but that will be her going down. Just that Shadow Dagger from Sylvanas and one little blind from Joanna. And that's just a little bit too much damage, as Joanna did go... Actually, she should not go blind build. She is full Q with a healthy 30 globes on Laws of Hope. I did not even realize. Once again, my Ragnaros has not finished their quest yet. We do see Lightning Breath coming out from Diablo. That means Diablo did have that full spell power bonus from Hellfire. And interesting to see, we see Debilitating Flames. It is not often that talent is picked even in full W build. Often we see the triple flip stun or the wall stun cooldown reduction, so you QEQ or just E and just pray like that. We do see Psycho is the one getting stunned here, taking this amount of damage, but no, that will be Ragnaros going down as the team just decided, okay, Diablo, you went in. You're not predicting your squishier heroes, we're just going to go on them. And now we can see Nebula is in trouble. Doesn't get a decent amount of healing from that Fire Stomp. Nice leap onto Mephisto. Alpharak goes down. Nebula Boss now for one of a firing line. Just again, doesn't have the souls to live. Now Lady Ronan will have to try to defend against a full 5-man with Sylvanas with, I assume, Wailing Arrows up. We do see Psychopaths getting out that Ancestral heal now just to heal everyone up to full quickly. And you have 20 seconds, we'll say 20 seconds by the sentence to finish here. That with this team we do see the Ignore Pain used by Sonya. I think that's what it's called. Yep, that's 60 armor. And this core will be falling, and this will likely spell the end of this round unless Chromie can pull off some miracle, but Lady Ronan cannot. Psychopaths goes into a... How are you not getting hit by that? I'd get hit by that because I have a dump truck of a hitbox. But no, that is the first round going over to the side. Asteroids, GG said by both sides. And let me change it over to my summary screen, shall I? My thing's just decided to mute itself. Cool. Thanks, OBS. I'm going to have to recap all of that, aren't I? OBS, why are you like this? Why do you do this to me? To re-summarize. Mephisto did a lot of damage on objective, Sylvanas did a lot of damage outside objective, however, early game it was very back and forth, then at the level 13-14 area, it did start snowballing in favor of asteroids, where they were able to get the bottom objective, and even just slightly at the top objective, they were able to start really getting value out of it, but I will slow down now, as we do also see Soak a little in favor of Sonya, but they were there for the right building captures and such, as well as healing. Rhaegar did pretty well. Stukov does have that problem where they can't quite burst heal with most of their builds. They do need the other traits, the trait talent at level 4, where you do get the burst healing if your heals on 3 or more heroes. But Stukov was going into the silence build, so they don't typically pick that. That is just not the standard talent. As I like it a lot, but I know it's not a standard talent by any means. We do also have a next map, which is Garden of Terror, so we'll get into that in a few moments. Talents, anything that stands out? Not really. I do like Ring of Frost being picked up. You had a lot of good combo potential with that. It didn't quite work in the combo sense, but it still did a lot. But right, let me swap it back on over to my dumb face. As you can see, we are a decent way through the total money raised so far. Also, thank you, Icy Morning, for following. Icy is a good friend of mine, and I greatly appreciate any support that she does. But now I have 6 audio channels instead of... What? Sorry, I'm getting invited to the lobby. We have 6 audio channels instead of my normal 3, so my volume is trying to double up again. What? I don't know. OBS, why are you like this? OBS is doing scary things to me. But we can see now we already have hit our first 2 milestones for, I should really say ready. We have hit our first 2 milestones for the drive already. We have chat rights tweet for Plasticine, which will be happening at the end of her stream, I believe. Lumineer could probably confirm that for me, because I have no clue about the actual workings of it, and Lumineer is very diligently working for Plasticine as they are one of the brains behind everything. And we can see Hot's character tier list has also been picked up, which I'd like to see that, but we are into Garden of Terror, so let me swap on over to the draft once I do a quick fix of the overlay, not that one, the alerts before I forget again. So bear with me as we're just doing drafts, but I can imagine what I'm going to see banned. Come on, computer. I swear I'm good at a technology thing, guys. I swear I'm good at the technology thing, but nope. Let's cut on over now as we do see a Rhaegar banned first. Yep, so Rhaegar is banned out first. And oh, look, it's an Alarak. What a surprise. Poor Alpharak is never to play their hero, is really what I'm learning throughout this whole series. Alpharak not allowed. But we can see Sylvanas is the next one banned. They just don't want to let Snarf Fungus on it again. Snarf very good at the Sylvanas, but what did we ban last time? Last time Junkrat was banned here. So there are different bans in general. And yeah. Look, Kanzi Asteroids up 1-0. I would like this to be a best of 3 to start up, because I do like seeing it, but we just see Joanna banned out. That hero just so dominant as of late, and that last one did show. And we see Secret Swift picks up a Brightwing, which I knew they were a good Brightwing player. They've had a decent amount of success on it from what I've seen. And we do see, Vala picked up early on. That is a lot of damage. And Dahaka. I do like Dahaka. He, for those who don't know, calling out again, Ty, sorry. Dahaka is a global hero. They have a trait with a... Oh, Sabra. Oh my god. I'm treated. The gods smile upon me today, as we do get to see a Samuro and an Abatha. Oh, I am happy. I am so happy. So, Samuro is one of my favorite heroes to play currently. He is my favorite offlane to play currently. He does tricky stuff. He moves around quickly. And Abatha has a global presence where he can either get soaked by just putting his hat on. He gives people hats. He can put his hat on a minion, or he can put his hat on a hero. And at level 4, they can give auto attack speed, and well, Samurai loves a good bit of auto attack speed. He is a strong auto attacker. We do see Muradin does get banned, which is actually a good pick as well. Muradin does have a general auto attack slow that he does. He also has a pretty good stun. I also don't know Ronin's tank pool, so who knows? We may see an Arthas if we're fully leaning into the wackiness. The thing to note also, Samurai, if he changes clones while Brightwing is shifting, he pushes Q or trait while Brightwing is phase shifting to him, it can cancel it. So he does have to be a little bit careful there. Right, and we do see Anduin and Diablo picked up. I like the Anduin. I imagine we're going to see Piercing Light. Diablo. Ooh. I better not be getting sick. I'll actually be very annoyed if I am getting sick. And Diablo, just a general good tank. I would have maybe liked to see an ETC, because an ETC also does have the auto attack slow, but we do see a Nubrak picked up by Lady Ronin, so there's a little bit of a swap going around, and Tassadar is picked up by Demon Grand. But yep, last time we had Nebula. Oh, it's Bass. It's not Boss. It's a fish. But no, we see Nebula Bass is on the Samuro, so off tank on Samuro. And we do have a double bruiser hypercarry situation here, as Violet will be left alone on the the kind of damage dealer. But so it's very much the team has to protect Violet. I do actually like the Diva pickup, because just defense matrix on top of Samurai reducing their damage, that will get a lot done in the long run. So it will be interesting to see. Right, let's swap back to my face for a little bit as we get into the game still. So, in terms of the drafts, I don't know how this is going to go. Abathur can struggle into double bruiser a little bit, just because there is that extra amount of push that we can see from the side of asteroids, as we're going to get a 1-3-1. But right, let's have a go into the game. We'll just go back over the heroes once again, as I'm just about to go to the wrong screen. Let me go to this one instead. Anyway, on the right hand side for Street Fighter, because we're starting with him this time, we have Nebula Bass on the Samurai. Lady Ronin is on the Anubrak. Alpha Rack is on the Bug itself. Abathur. Secret Switch on the Brightwing, and Demon Grant on the Tested. On the left hand side, we do have Ronin on the Fire Lizard. Diablo Psychopants is on the Anduin, who's running with his sword out, which dangerous. You should put that away. Snarfungus is on the Vala. I forgot its name. And Spooky is on that Space Yoshi Tahaka. Alright, second round. Let's go. This is going to be, or second map, I should say, of round 1. Let's go. This should be a good one once again. Snarfungus very much has to be protected, and Nebula Bass's goal will be to run at either Psychopants or Snarfungus. Either of those go down, that's kind of your linchpins gone. Especially Vala. I don't know how the fights go if Vala goes down before anyone else. Snarfungus very much has to hold on. Meanwhile, we can see both bruisers have run top. A little bit of miscommunication. Spooky managed to avoid all the Abba Mines, which, keep in mind, these things can do a lot of damage, so we'll have to see how those go. Meanwhile, we see Nebula Bass. Not necessarily the best choice to go into Spooky. It depends on Spooky's talent. We can see they are going that move speed at level 1, so they won't necessarily have to go anywhere. Meanwhile, Nebula Bass has chosen the auto attack quest at level 1, so they should eventually do a lot. And I have missed a fight going on down bottom, because I was talking about the offlane, because I love the offlane, and I love Samurai. But no, we are going to see an immediate wave. Secret Swift does find it, they are doing it, but that's not necessarily somewhere you want to step in. Demon Grad considering throwing out a Q just to get an extra bit of stack. Do it. Nice. I think there's 2 extra stacks. Yep. No, it's just 1. We went from 25 to 30. Oh no, it was 2 stacks. 20 to 30. I love like watching the replay because I am. Oh no, it was just 1 stack. Because I am using a 30-second delay. Just competitive integrity, I guess to call. I don't believe anyone would cheat. I hope not, but I think it is better if you are not giving away everything at once, just because, well, we don't want to reveal everyone's secret, so to speak. It's quite hard to tell what people are doing 30 seconds in the future. And, well, except, okay, oh, there's a seed. Probably going to go to that in 20 seconds. But, yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that. But, yeah, was my answer. And it's what you get. But looking at talents, we do see Vala is stacking that auto attack quest. And very much Street Fighter is holding back a little. So Vala is unable to stack as fast as they may want. This objective may change things. We do see the piercing light by Anduin as I thought we would. Nice route there. Move speed, we see task for Q build, we see the auto attacks on the Samurai, who is doing the objective and can do it by themselves. If they do it right, they didn't quite get it there, but they can do it right. We do also see Globe's Regeneration Master and Lady Ronin. Not the most common talent. Snarfungus is a little bit stepped up. We're looking at the safety pool. Pool's the wrong person. Snarfungus does roll, however, and we'll be finding, I think that's a little bit too close for Asteroid's liking. Because as Vala dies, they did go that Gamut quest, which gives a 25% extra auto attack speed bonus, but when they die, that is reduced by 5 to, and that can happen 5 times, so it can get from 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0, and will not go lower than that 0% bonus. We're doing a decent amount here. Just a lot of the team are just focusing here. We do see the Haka has been left to double soak in between an Amethyst soaking as well as a Samurai soaking. So that's a lot of they have to deal with, but it has led to a half a level lead. And I imagine we're not going to see a contest here from Street Fighter. You don't need to. There's also a lot of mines around. We do see Spooky finds 1, Psycho finds 1, Spooky finds 2. The other 2 weren't hit. But no, it looks like we are going to have a fight break out here. Autumn finds the Bass. We are going to have a 7v7 fight. As you do see, Polymorph build actually from Brightwing. That's interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not often you see it, but we do see Samurai is stacking. But Vala can also use these Samurai clones to stack as well. But once this hits 40, you get very potent as a damage dealer. Nice tongue by Spooky. Nebula Bass does not have anything to get out. Snarfungus, however, misses her Q. And just like that, it gave Nebula Bass long enough to escape. If that Q hit, may have been a different story. Also, thank you, Mr. Good to see I have a fan club. I was not aware I did, but I greatly appreciate it. But we are going to have a team fight breaking out now. Lady Ronin doesn't quite burrow out far enough. They are going to be taking a decent amount of damage. It will not go down. Tongue Dragon, Nebula Bass taking a lot. Barely survives the Diva mech explosion. Secret Swift working overtime that fight to do what they can. Those Q middle hits barely got enough healing out. They did get enough of those middle hits to get that extra burst healing every couple of seconds. But when you're in a fight like that, you hope you hit those. And definitely Brightwing rose to the task there to make sure everyone lived. Really what I should do is, I realize I have my stream like on delay. I should have, just bring that up. I should have a button that I can just bring that up. And go, look, here's what just the fight that went down. But I'm a little bit late to test that. That would have been fun, but I am late to do that. But we can now see the objective is coming up. It is the second seed. And just to explain once again for the people who are not quite as comfortable with the game with others in the chat, the seed is once you get, as you can see here, there's counted down bottom. Once one of the teams hit 3 out of 3 of collecting these little seeds there. Oh, Spooky, you've got a little bit aggressive. Pull coming out onto Autumn because Spooky was just underground, so Autumn couldn't get that pull. But it looks like now this objective is going to have to be given over. Maybe not. We do see them taking a decent amount of damage. Psychoman's getting low. Ronin also stunned onto Autumn. Those mines getting a value as well, running straight for a bush. Nebula Boss getting damage onto Psychopants and Snarfungus. Snarfungus is more important to live here than Psychopants, and Psychopants doesn't let him hold on. We do see Diva Mech goes down as well. Yeah, that's a good fight. If you're Street Fighter just before 10s, you do now have a 10 advantage, but as I was trying to say, get free of these seeds, you get a three big creatures to push lanes. Nice APOC. As you do see that it is a little bit of interrupt as well. And that's actually what was a good fight for the side of Street Fighter no longer is. And we do see camp was cleared. Psychopants getting relatively low. Abathur was also stunned through that. That means their hat dropped off the hat target. And that delay is enough just for things to fall apart. Because without the attack speed, Samuro does struggle. And even the Archon Tassadar is amazing with the attack speed bonus, but it just went down as well. There's not much you can do about that. Meanwhile, we can see now Asteroids going to be pushing bottom, and everything else kind of split. Abathur top didn't actually go cooldown mule. Oh no, they did go to cooldown mule, they just haven't used it yet. And I do like the cheeky steal here by Nebula Bass. However, if they are found by the Taka, it may be a bad situation for them. Building is taken, however, and now we have a very aggressive sided seed for Asteroids. It's much easier for Street Fighter to get into this just because they have a 4 and a well here. So they're able to drop for resources. That a little bit easier, and I'll zoom out just to show it. Oh, and an Abathur here. But we can now see Camp is going to make that wave much harder to deal with. Spooky knows they're going to have to head down. And it may get a bit fighty here as Street Fighter probably doesn't want this taken. Psychopath's already on it. The Q barely short. And that is going to be the first... Oh no, the minions made it around. I got a bit preemptive. But that one minion thing... Oh, we're just short again. The Beatles get the auto attack. We do see Secret Switch would have been a little bit late as well. But now we see a fight breaking out. We do see that is on evolution dropped. Tassadar goes down first, however, Spooky and Ronan just didn't want Demon Grand to do their thing. And now we can see that it is Lady Ronan in a tough spot. That is going to take a lot of damage. Does have to burrow out and will be fine. Nebula Bass meanwhile underneath the seed. Trying to channel it. Probably not the go. Just kill Ronan. Just hit Ronan. B stepping clone, seeing if they can pull them off them, but nope, now they have, which, go on man, which, Illusion Master is good for that reason. You get full automacy over your clones, so you can pretend to be things. We can now see Nebula Bass is coming back. Ronan, seeing what they can do to channel things, but I think we just need to get a good fight like before. Demon Grand gets a Q onto the camp. We're going to see a decent amount of damage coming out of him. That is a stun onto Nebula Bass. Nebula Bass a little bit too... feeling a little bit too comfortable even as Samurai with all his tricks. Unfortunately, Brightwing tried to heal Nebula Bass and was abandoned in Narnia. And now we can see that it is also the Tassadar going down. And that is quite a few kills now for the side of Asteroids. Which, not what you want to see, but it is what is happening. Right, and we can see now this camp being melted, and we are pushing into the ejective phase. So, this is what I was talking about before. You get these shamblers, I believe they're called, or plant terrors. No, shamblers are the little guys around the seeds. The terrors are the big plants. We can see it is already 1-on-4, just because at early value there's a decent amount of wave pressure bottom, and we can see it is going to be hitting the building and pushing in. Meanwhile, mid, we do see a heavy push by the side of Asteroids and top not quite as much, but Street Fighter is handling it as we go. Bottom is already down. They are going to now have to rotate up as these seeds will stop things, and Alpha Rack may need to move in a few moments. As if that bug is found, they are very squishy, much like a bug, and they're taking the hit. Nebula Bass is behind. Alpha Rack realizing the danger they're in and backing out. But right, oh, we're going to get a fight here. You're getting a lot of building damage. That siege camp is still up. And they're doing their best to deal with it, but I think that's just a little bit too much building. Does go down at the end. And we see Nebula Bass is being a little bit cheeky. This is a talent I really need to get better with, Illusion Master. I think I normally just go Blade Storm. It's easier. It clears wave quick. It do good. Because I know a lot of the general idea is pick Illusion Master if you're going for Q talent. I just like the extra wave clear that Blade Storm gives. The AoE damage it can provide. And we can see Anubrak went down, actually finished off the Andal in order. I thought it was going to be the bomb that got the kill, but no, Diva Bomb rarely gets kills in this game. Much like Overwatch, except to my rank in Overwatch where everyone dies to Diva Bombs all the time. Because apparently buildings don't exist, cars don't exist, and heaven forbid, shields don't exist. Two level advantage now for the side of Asteroids. They're pushing into this fort. As I kind of see what was happened. Asteroids have been able to protect Snarfungus, and that's really what the downfall is here. Street Fighter just haven't been able to get on top of him. Oh, Bush is being hit. We do see that Spooky is going to deal with the Samurai. Samurai can clear pretty quickly, does well into Spooky up until that W appears, and it becomes much harder for them to do things. Oh, we got that Bush on at level 16. Let's go. Not often you see this. I do like the pickup of Symbiosis. Symbiosis makes it much easier for Spooky to deal with the Samurai clones, as it does get cooldown reduction whenever it hits a heroic target. And even the clones count as heroic targets. Right, these camps will be picked up now. We do see Alpharat getting very defensive with their positioning. That's because they know Tahaka can burrow at any given point, and you don't necessarily want to run into a bush and then just Tahaka also just go, oh, I saw the Abathur, burrow, and you die. Nebula Bass is going to half. They will be able just to return immediately. Oh, they return to the bottom one. But yeah, there is that good old Samurai half trick that people talk about, where just as you're halving, you click Shifty on a minion a bunch until it decides, you know what, I will work for you. And you get to teleport straight back to your minion after getting that quick burst healing from returning to base. Because you know, camps are being, very much the map is quite blue painted. So Asteroid's in a very good spot at the moment. Will that continue is the question. Samurai is going to be giving vision on the team. They do see Psychopath. Psychopath doesn't quite dismount and misses that W. But looks like they are wanting this top structure. And we may get a response. We do indeed get a response from the side of Street Fighter. Nope, Nebula Boss is now in danger. They are hitting the correct one, but does teleport out to the safe clone. But they managed to figure out the safe clone as well, even through that Illusion Master. So Samurai not in the most tricky of... Samurai usually a very tricky target, not quite fooling the team, which is great if you're the side of Asteroids, but I'm very sad to see that Nebula Boss isn't having as easy a time as you think. But that is because it is at Sam Hat as well. Are we actually the... Oh, we are the slow on the level 4, and we are the... Okay, good, they did go right tell him. Merciless Strikes and the slow at level 16 from both the Samurai and... I forgot the same Abathur, but we do see Airbot coming out, means that Nebula Boss does a lot of damage. We can see that's one down. We do see someone going for the stun, but no, that won't quite be it. Nebula Boss, Bass is in trouble, does get out with that E talent, just giving a slight little burst of speed. And Autumn is going to show face a little bit too long. Nebula Boss, Bass. Now, I keep saying Boss. It's Bass. I know it's Bass. But Autumn is going down. Oh, Tongue barely coming out a little bit too late. Nebula Bass swaps to safety. But once again, we're in a situation where Street Fighter need a good fight to stay in this. It's 9-2. The side of Asteroids almost have their 20s. You need something before the next objective, realistically. They won't... Okay, actually, no. You may be fine if you're Street Fighter. Asteroids don't quite have their Storm talents yet. That comes in just half a level. So if you are the side of Street Fighter, you're like, I have a little bit of time. A little time to be fine. We can recover. You realistically need to take the fight before 20s come through, which I don't think Asteroids will get in time, as there's 4 seconds. Now is the time to fight if you are Street Fighter. You can't give the objective. You can't necessarily fight 20. They've taken a little bit too long, because 20 now will crawl through. And that is the last thing you had wanted. Lady Ronin going up for a stun. Does hit Snarfungus, however, is by herself. We do see Bunny Hop coming out from Diva, taking a decent amount of damage. We see Lady Ronin just takes too much, will go down. And that may be all she wrote. As there's a lot of wave pressure. The team is missing their own tank. And both the two plant tiers out of 3 is basically on the doorstep. As we see, one comes into view. We see the polymorph from the core coming out. That's one of the most annoying mechanics in the game. For me, at least, I'm not very good with them. You can see both plant tiers are now in core. Tank down. Street Fighter will need to pull out a miracle for this to work out. And we can see Psychobance does get the stun onto 2 clones. So the main Samurai does dodge. Let's zoom all the way out. As you can see, core is slowly going down. The cooldown Mule not enough. Samurai goes down to the end. They were able to kill the Samurai by it. But GG both teams. That will be the first round. Well, at least what I'm casting on my channel done for now. So let's jump over to the summary screen, which will probably break my sound again. Yeah, it definitely was a interesting choice by Sam to go in while Sam to go clear top while Anu goes in. It was very disjointed that last fight. It's the way to put it. Very much there seemed to be 2 different ideas from the team I don't quite know what Nebula Bass was thinking. I do think Street Fighter had to fight there just because waves are so pressed up, you need things. Anyways, top was probably the safest lane to leave alone. As well, that was the lane where there still was a 4. But to quickly talk about the stats here. Excellent damage for both Samurai and Vala, but the thing is, with Samurai's damage, he can't do percent. He does a lot of damage, but he can't do percent, and that feels a lot of beef to get through for the side of Asteroids. Vala was very well protected, Anduin as well. If we can see, they were able to get a lot of value. Meanwhile, Secret Swift wasn't able to quite get as much value because he has so many interrupts for their phase shift, and Vala just didn't lose any of those Gambit stacks, which as we have a look at talents, yep, oh wait, no, you can't see it here. But trust me, they didn't. Also, I didn't realize Dahaka went adaptation. I don't know if Spooky was in many situations where they did need to use it, but I guess they did. I think I hear it now. I think I remember hearing it once or twice. I can't recall. I wasn't really looking at the talents too closely, that one. With those talents, so anyone who is interested in the builds, I do like some of the adjustments made, like the Diva defense matrix for the Samurai. Did a lot. Samurai under a defense matrix can't really do much. That's a lot of damage reduced. But right, let me change back to my face for the last time, for at least now. So that was the first round. Asteroids did take it 2-0 over Street Fighter. And just as a reminder why we are here today, we are raising money for Games for Love. Games for Love is a charity where they are able to, well, with the help of generous donations like people such as John Kruger down there at the bottom of the screen, and other people like Icy Warding, and anyone who donates are able to provide games and such services to children in hospitals who are there for various reasons, and it just need that little bit of distraction therapy to help them out. It's also to have education programs, I believe, to help people get into the fields of tech or anything like that. They do have that as options as well. Oh, I've got 200, nice. But yeah, those are the things that kind of happen along the way. So that will be it for me from here, as I will be now yep, thank you, Craig, donate, ! Donate, that is the link to do so on. But that is it for me for my channel. What we will be doing is raiding the main channel of... Is my audio doubling again? That's really annoying. What we'll be doing is raiding the main channel of Plasticine, as they are going to be doing the next rounds and so. I don't know if we're the first finished. I think we are, just because I seem to be cursed of always having 2-0s in my first round and then going all the way for later. So what I will do is open up Twitch and get this done correctly. But I have to say, I do greatly appreciate everyone for dropping into to putting at least my stream up on some tab somewhere. That is very much appreciated. So I'm going to raid it over to Plasticine when I figure out how to do this again. As they are the main channel, they are the one really organizing, putting a lot of effort behind this. And they are wonderful. They are a wonderful person. I've had a chance to cast with them a few times. I will be doing so later as well. So that should be a good thing to watch. However, that will be it from me. I have been your host for Line Bus this morning for me, this afternoon for America. Well, at least EST. It was free. I think it may have been 1/noon for PST. But I hope everyone has a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, because time zones very weird. I'm going to put it back on my welcome starting soon screen because I didn't have an end screen, but I will catch everyone later. I hope you all have a good rest of your time watching the series if you choose to do so. Take care for now.